coming slightly behind schedule, but welcome to yet another exciting edition of Sports Talk here on Atlantic Television Network. On this edition of the program, Team Rivers dominated athletics events at the National Youth Games. Meanwhile, in tennis, former Grand Slam winner suffers defeat. And in football, Bayern Munich captain returns to training after 10 months of injury concerns. Details of these and many more will be yours when we return from the break. Stay with us. Welcome back, and I have with me Epo Temple. Nice to have you, Epo.
It's Friday, a delightful day. Good morning, Mr. Siri.
Well, we'll get started, and of course, the National Youth Games is into day 7, but after 6 days of competition, it looks like Team Rivers have been the most impressive in the athletics.
They are. I mean, we saw what transpired on Friday, on Wednesday, day 5, when they won, 2 golds that day, and then did so well, winning a lot of medals. That's fantastic. Although they came very late into this competition, and they also started very late in terms of winning medals. But the good thing is that Team Rivers gradually have done so well when it comes to athletics. Obviously now, one can now say that it looks like they have a strong hold on athletics event, and we saw that again, repeated itself yesterday when they were winning in almost all the races. So I think that they have really done their part, even if one would have expected more from them.
Let's hope that Team Rivers will continue with a couple of days more to the end of the championship. We hope that they will break in more medals, but it looks like there was a little bit of mishap. A Rivers athlete, we are told, collapsed on the track in cause of competition.
Yes, one of them collapsed, and she was rushed at some point. There was this fear and panic, but she was stable. And then we hear that her situation is better off. So I think that there's no call for concern, there's no call for alarm. Everything will be noted. The good thing about it is that they have a very good medical package. The emergency units, are doing their job their best. These are young lads, so they need to do everything possible so that we don't get to see any loss of life. And so far, we haven't heard, except for yesterday's stop. But I think it's beyond just running. I think that it's possible that she might have other emails unknown to her, because she participated in the heat, getting to the stages. So I wouldn't know why that happened, but I'm sure the coming days or today, maybe the doctors will be clear on what really transpired yesterday.
Well, organizers of the National Youth Games are on top of it. We are told that the medical facilities are top-notch, and so far there has been no major casualties, but these are young athletes, and there may be some level of suffocation or stress that could lead to, but we are told the athlete from River State is ill and now ready to continue to compete. Meanwhile, National Youth Games football finals are already here. We understand Lagos yesterday hammered Team Kaduna 5-0 to reach the final of the ongoing 7 National Youth Games.
When it comes to football, I mean, it's expected. We're always going to see the best side, getting over the other side. And I think that Lagos...
What goals scored in the first half?
4 goals scored in the first half. I think Lagos they are really in for business this time around. They don't want to take opportunity. And so it looked like a team that might even make it to the finals today, because we'll keep our finger crossed and see how far. But I know that Lagos, with the way they're going about their medals, I mean, I won't be surprised if they get to win this one.
Talking about Lagos, they have their final. They have their teams, both male and female, in the final.
And that's more reason why I mean, every person are thinking that although the difference between them and the medal haul and that of Delta is far, but you cannot. Lagos truly deserve to be applauded. I mean, they have done a whole lot. We have seen them, beat some of the record that they've set, previously, getting something good. In fact, they've been in this composition from day one and still trailing Delta. So if Delta sleeps, which is impossible, it's just for Lagos to showcase that strength. And I think that Lagos have done very well. I mean, football, they have really shown that yes, we have football talents, and that's when you get to see a team in playing the final. No argument as to how good they are.
Talking about teams playing in the final, one major sports discipline that is showcasing at the Delta State National Youth Games Sports Fest Youth Games is rugby. It's not common to see rugby as part of sports here in Nigeria, but at the ongoing 7 national sports youth games in Asaba, rugby is prominent.
Yeah, rugby is prominent, and I think that the man, Ademola Are, getting to see rugby part of the National Sports Festival, National Youth Games is a good one because at this age, when they start being developing the game of rugby, it shows that we can start nurturing the talent early. So it's good that we get to see some states participate in it, like Delta. I'm happy because these are things that we wait till some of the young lads are age, or before we start going to them. But with the way what the physician is doing right now, I think some states are already tuning into it. It's not surprised why it is now a mainstay to sports, when it comes to national sporting activities.
Talking about rugby, not very popular. Out of the 36 states of the Federation, 11 states are participating at the rugby event at the games. For me, that looks like a major leap from what we had in the past.
It's a major leap, and that's why I must really applaud the Federation because it looks like the Federation have really done a lot of sensitization across states. When you have 11 states, you know that there's a medal. We're going to have 3 medals from this particular tournament, just like football. So, you never can tell. So, every state we want to prepare. I think this is an eye-opener because it's going other years to come now. I'm sure that some states will want to say, okay, let's plan for rugby. Let's train young lads and see if they can get us medal from that side too. You don't give chances because you never can tell what will happen, in the coming days.
Well, the National Youth Games, I understand, will come to an end this weekend, and it's time to look at the medal table. Some states are beginning to say they deserve to be at the very top. Right now, we are into day 7, and the Delta State is top on the table with 84 medals, 36 gold, 25 silver, and 23 bronze medals.
For Delta State, no argument. They are in fine form. It's just a matter of
maybe because they're hosting.
Yeah, they hosted and because they also prepared. It's beyond just hosting. They hosted, they prepare, and getting to see the dividend of their preparation. Because when you look at the margin of medals and look at what other states are turning out, it goes to show that when you are prepared for something, you just get to do so well. 84 medals as compared to any other one you can think of.
Lagos still have 45 medals, and Edo State committed right now after the 6 days of competition have 45 medals as well. Bayelsa has, I think, 37 medals, and they are 4th place on the table. And Ogun State is 5th. Team Rivers is 8th on the log with 5 golds, 16 silver, and 6 bronze medals. That brings a total of 27.
Yeah, 27 for Team Rivers. I think that in the last few days they have really progressed tremendously, and I think that is a good one. Thanks to the effort displayed by some of the young lads when it comes to athletics, and that has really elevated them. They started from 19th position to 15th, from 15th to 10th, and now we're getting to see them now in the 8th position. I think it's a good one. I'm sure from now to the end of the games tomorrow, they should come more closer because what matters is the number of goals. They need to win more goals. Can they get the podium finish? But everything is still possible. It all depend on the number of goals they can win, going forward.
Delta State in the leading position there at the ongoing National Youth Game. We hope that they will continue and maybe show why they are hosting. But let's look at the games overall with just about 72 hours to the closing ceremony of these games. What's your impression on a broad note?
For me, I think that we have not had any deep issue that became a topic.
It's a competition for under 15.
Yes.
And so far, we've been seeing reports of pretty young athletes taking part in this one. We hear of a 5-year-old who is, I think she's a chess player, as the youngest in the tournament, like I mentioned, is under 15. So now it looks like we have 5 to 15-year-old in the tournament, and there's no much hue and cry about overage athletes.
I think that this is one of the best we have seen in recent time. That of Quara a few years ago is nothing to compare to this particular one. Though Quara said this so well, the one hosted in Ilorin, but you cannot compare the massive preparation we've seen from Delta State. They've really elevated, branded the National Youth Games, and I think that this is how it should be. Sometimes when you talk about what we're not doing well, you need to also look at the advantage and look at the areas we're doing well. So for me, I think that we have really done well. I just hope that we'll continue blazing on.
Talking about chess, having the youngest athlete at the National Youth Games, 5-year-old, taking part at the chess event. She is state at the National Youth Games. Chess, we are told too, would be prominent next week because the Nigerian Chess Federation is coming up with a national competition in chess.
Yeah, the chess competition is a renowned one where we get to see the Nigerian chess champion. It take a lot because players to coming out to really participate in this particular one, and we want to see the new chess champion. So we don't want to know whether they are young, big, but what we want to see is that lady or the man that is the best or among best, and so this particular one is geared towards also developing and also discovering more talent. When you look at the ones that are playing there, you can ask these are the ones in Nigeria at the continental level. So it's good that we're going to see a championship, in chess, and I cannot wait. Unfortunately, I had expected that some of the young lads we saw at the National Youth Games are going to maybe be part of it, but of course, at this elite level, it doesn't go that way. I can't wait to see how far the chess competition will all go there in state capital.
Nigerian National Chess Championship is expected to get underway in Lagos next week, and it promises to throw up a new chess champion, and of course, a new national women's chess champion as well. Hundreds of players and a lot of visitors involved in this one will be part of the annual event that lasts for a period of 8 days, and so chess eggheads definitely will be in Lagos for this one. The 2023 edition of the championship, we're told, will run from the 2nd of October down to the 9th of October in Lekki, Lagos. And this one will take off the one going to the busy world of football where a lot is happening. And I can tell you that the Germans are getting happy that the former captain is back training. Welcome back. Sports Talk here on Atlantic Television Network, and CRV Tempo with me. Together, we'll bring you up to speed. The latest happening around the world of sports. Now we're into football, but we'll start with football played on the beach. After facing 2 consecutive defeats against Copenhagen and, of course, ASD Napoli, the Nigerian champions, KB BSA, showcased their resilience and determination at the 2023 World Winners' Cup in Italy. It's interesting to see a Nigerian side deliver stunning performance that saw them score 15-1 victory over the team from Slovakia.
They needed to win. It is their last group game. It is also the third in the group, and having won that one, they are now hopeful of qualifying to the next round. It would have been very devastating if they had not qualified, because they lost 2 of their games in the group, and I mean the only slice in them to beat them. But for me, it is the way they escaped, or the way they qualified for the group stage, that really to the round of 16 that really pleased me. They defied all beating Slovakia very well, so that they can really put some fear too in the mind of anyone who will be playing them in the round of 16.
Talking about the team from KB representing Nigeria at the World Beach Soccer event, they were champions in 2019 in Turkey, and you'd see them.
I think that they themselves today, they've not had the luxury of parading the best of stars that used to be there for them when they would usually win. But I mean, for them, by virtue of conquering Africa for the 4th time, the Tigers have to just move on. Recently, of course, they are current world African number 1, so it doesn't matter who comes away, but we'll get to see how the draws we made. For the American part is not having it rosy at all. But for the Tigers look like a team that might just pull one strength and they qualify for the Olympics. It all depends on who they are going to be paired with. But for them, in the African continent, I think that there's no fear as to who they want to play. Let's just hope that the players will be in the best of shape. We fitted Andy Murray. Andy Murray himself has not been himself since he was also out in the US Open, and I hope that with his energy of playing, getting points, this will not really discourage him. This is a one-time Grand Slam, winner, one-time world number 1, and so when you see where Andriy Rublev is one player who is very tricky, the Russian, and I know that he will also be fancied because he's seeded, he's well seeded, and I know for sure that when you are in his capacity, the best you want to accept is winning. Anything more than winning and getting to the next round is a total failure for him.
And Rublev expected to come out top in the encounter. In the next few hours from now, we should be able to get you results of this fixture at the China Open. Let's get to football proper now. And Rivers United players, we are told...
I see Monday of the game doing everything possible to get a win. But because you are playing away from home, that advantage will not be there. If a team can come to your home backyard and then score goals like we saw the Algerians, I expect that the Moroccans. I expect that ROS.
They came back from behind twice.
Yeah, I expect that they won't take it easy at all. They won't be smiling with Bender Insurance, and Bender Insurance losing their top goal scorer last season in the club. Emadid, to an Abu Dhabi club, not a very good one. So I think that the players must rise to the occasion. A draw will do them fine. Maybe a one-odd draw will do them fine. A goalless draw will do them fine. Or can they stand the offensive prowess of
a slim win, a slim draw wouldn't do them fine. They will need to score at least three draws. 3 draws, because they've had 2 here. So the draw that will favor them will be 3-3. And it looks like a big task, but we wish Insurance of being the best of luck as they contend with RS Bakhane, former champions of the CAF Confederations Cup, in a return leg fixture in a bid to qualify for the group stage. We want to see 2 Nigerian clubs at the group stage of the competition, and 90 minutes plus at that time this weekend will give an indication of whether they will be in the group stage or not. And we are told on the local scene here, the Premier League is expected to be back for 2023-2024 football season. After suffering 3 postponements, we understand tomorrow the league will be back here in Nigeria. Insurance of Benin and Rivers United definitely will not be part of the kickoff of the season because of their continental tie. But The other teams are expected to be in action. Abia Warriors will take on Niger Tornadoes in one the features. Rangers International will take on Duma FC, while Bayelsa at the South Stadium will take on Aqua United. Sporting Lagos will take on Gombe, and Enyimba International will have their game with insurance postponed. Which of these games will definitely will find your fancy, Epo?
For me, I would have loved to see Remo Stars and Rivers United, but that game will not take place. So I would just keep my finger crossed and see what will happen between Aqua United, and their counterpart. For me, Aqua United looks like a team that really want to get something this season. We have seen the state governor really invested so much in that side. They have a new manager now, and so I want to see the tactical ability on a personal note of that man that left Rivers United. Maybe he could just do something great, but I mean, a lot of obstacles.
About Fatah Shaw, right?
Yeah, Fatah Shaw is the man I'm talking about, and I think that I really want to see them blaze on. Another thing that catches my eye is Fidelis Lechiku with any Rangers. I want to see how he's been able to transform the team now to a team that we want to challenge for major titles. And these two teams for me, because Enugu Rangers, they are traditional team in Nigeria. I want to see the level of play, having more able to do within the preseason and all that. I want to see in reality now what they can do in the Nigeria Premier Football League this season.
Nigeria Premier Football League gets underway this season after suffering 3 postponements, and one of the teams in the league is Kano Pillars. They were relegated, but they found their way back to the Premier League again. But they just may not be part of the first game owing to sanction coming from the football body. Organizers of the Nigeria Premier League says that they are owing a particular player, Basia Panda, played for the team over 11.8 million naira, and until this money is being paid, there's no way Kano Pillars will be allowed to take part in this year's Premier League action. It looks to me like a decision that was taken in June, but up till now, Kano Pillars has not paid up that 11.8 million naira, and so the Nigerian Football Federation, through its Status and Arbitration Committee, is saying that Kano Pillars can't be part of the action until these monies are paid.
Yeah, I think that not just only being part, they are going to, they cannot make player transfer anymore. They can't sign players because of this particular one. I think it's not fair at all. What is 11.8 million naira, Mr. Siri, for crying out loud? I think that
they had 21 million naira. I'm sorry, they had 21 days to pay up this money in June. And this is several months after they have still not paid.
If it's important to them, I mean, they would have done it. I just feel that
Kano Pillars is a state government team, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Because the state government, they know that this is the hammer that might come, to the team. This is not a new thing that was promoted after their misdemeanor some time ago. Went into the second tier of club football. Now they are back. I expect them to start brightly. This is not the way they should be starting. I wonder how they will cope with their game tomorrow. But I tell you for sure, Mr. Siri, that the fact that you cannot buy player, they've now been automatically suspended pending when they will pay the 11.8 million. This is not the kind of pillar that we want to see starting. I mean, there's no twist about it. I love the fact that this is like a lesson to every other club. You don't owe players, and then even when it's taken to the arbitration, the NFF mandated, and you still neglected those instructions. I mean, this is not the kind of
11.8 million to Paul Bassi, a former player of the team, former goalkeeper of the team, that was not paid while he worked for the club side. Away from local football, now let's go international. And Mauritius Football Association has notified CAF that they will not be taking part in their qualifying match, third round qualifying game against the Falconers, as the under-20 women national team of Nigeria. And because of that, the Falconers have moved to the next round of the competition.
For them, automatically, I mean, why do we have to go to Mauritius when they have already,
from CAF?
Yeah, so I think that is good, but this is not a good one. I don't think that this will go without a sanction. The FIFA rule says that you don't, although maybe they have exercised the right of 48 hours informing CAF of emergency, but it doesn't go well. I mean, most list beyond reasonable doubt why this game will not hold. But then the good thing is that by virtue of that, they have lost it now. Nigeria will now move to the next round. So we'll keep our finger crossed and see how far They were quarterfinalists in the World Cup the last time. I hope that they can also, do well and prepare massively.
Well, it's all over. 2025 African Cup of Nations hosts have been decided. Same for 2027. It has been decided. Nigeria did bid with Area, and Republic of Benin was.
There's a level of preparation. You're holding on to what the club side have done. Yes, it's not bad. But as a country, you need to be intentional about the development of your infrastructures and facilities. And that's why you see that the North Africans, they have a strong edge against in hosting some of these tournaments because they have it all going for them. Imagine if South Africa has been in the race. As stands now, South Africa cannot even competing to host some of these continental showpiece. What for now is global showpiece because they have massive world-class edifice, infrastructure, facilities that can cater, for the large a number of persons that might have been coming. So I think that we need to get to that level. The stadiums that we are, the facilities that they looked at here, I mean, apart from that is a little bit standardized, it's more like makeshift. Whenever they come, we just go and do a lot of work that period. They know we can't deceive them. Look at how we're rated, at least 46%. It doesn't tell well of the country, even for anything. At least come second and know that, okay, we fought so hard, but we lost. This is embarrassing to us. I feel that the sports ministry should not take this for granted. I feel that they should do a whole lot of work to ensure that we elevate. There's a policy trust during the direct era of working towards the infrastructure. Those policy trusts should be, reactivated so that we can see how far we can, move our country. Because even if we are lost now, years to come, we want to still host again. Who knows? We need to do so well. Benin Republic also did not live up to the expectation. So for me, I think that we truly do not deserve to have gotten that bid.
Nigeria Benin bid did not deserve to see, do I say, the scoreline of the judges that did come from CAF to inspect the facilities. And so Morocco got the nod because of excellent facilities for 2025. Then for the first time in the history of African Cup of Nations, Uganda, Tanzania, and one other country, Kenya, did get the nod for 2027. So we have to wait till 2029 maybe to bid again. Between now and 2029, if we are clever enough, we should be able to upgrade our facilities, like Epo did mention there. We have only one CAF and FIFA-approved stadium here in Nigeria, which is the Gospel Akpabio Stadium in Uyo. The other stadia are one that needs a lot of renovation and doing great. And so if we want to host the Nations Cup in 2029, then we have to start ensuring that those facilities are top-notch from now. And again, bid with a country that has some level of facilities. The Republic of Benin has just 2 stadia, and none of the 2 is up to CAF satisfied standard.
Isn't it funny? I mean, we should tell ourselves the truth. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that we should not, encourage what we have. I mean, try to make an effort. But I look at it like we're very serious about it. But deep inside, it goes to show that even politicians understand that we are not ready, as a unit to host or co-host with Benin Republic. For Benin Republic, in fact, I knew for sure that there's no way because some of the stadia in Nigeria are 15 times better than what we have in Benin. So I knew for sure if Nigeria cannot get this fast mark, then it's unlikely to also hear that to see Benin, get this one. But like I said, it's continuous improvement. If we prepare for that to 2029, who says that we cannot hold it? Last time we hosted was with Ghana in 2000. And I still believe that we can achieve it someday. It's just a matter of, doing the right thing and preparing our stadium. And then other things will just naturally fall in.
Do the right thing and you get the nod of CAF to host the African Cup of Nations between 2029 and then upward. For now, let's stay away from the continent of Africa and go to Europe. And the biggest football story coming in from Europe has to do with the result of matches played yesterday. And Genoa came from, a lowly later position to beat almighty Roma, led by Jose Mourinho, 4-1, right? It looks like Jose Mourinho is getting it a little bit tough this season. He's played 6 games and he's lost 3. And losing to Genoa, lowly rated side by 4-1, is one defeat too many.
Not a cheering news at all to see Mourinho. This is his worst start in his managerial career. After being with Chelsea, being with Manchester United, and getting to see him like this, not even in Tottenham Hotspur, but then look at how he's gradually, blowing hot and cold.
Genoa lowly rated. They are rated. I think they are 18th on the league table, but now his defeat has.
So I think the earlier they start winning or to find. The good thing is that they don't have any game today, so they have to rest today and maybe play over the weekend. So let's see how it all goes. But I tell you for sure, not a caring time for that man. You say Moriho, who says he's the special man, the only one, and the precious one.
The precious Jose Mourinho having the third time in the Italian Serie A, 6 games and 3 defeats, and then losing to relegated, just a bound or team like Genoa, 4-1. It's 1 defeat to made now over a TikTok event that is meant to, in his opinion, to offend or to mock him. And the club has just responded a couple of hours ago saying that the TikTok was not meant to embarrass or mock Victor Osimhen. Osimhen is already saying that via his lawyer that they will go to court to see how they can get some, some respect after that was done. You are aware that he has already removed all of his pictures on Instagram, and right now it's not a very good period between Napoli and Victor Osimhen.
Who's to be blamed? Victor Osimhen is to be blamed. I mean, if he had moved, I mean, when we are talking about this now, these things are prevalent. Go to the history book. You see that when you're a black, you're an African and you're playing, no matter what you do there, it doesn't matter. Fans forget so quickly what you have done. Otherwise, I don't think that because the player was experiencing good drought in 4 games or thereabout, now she should be experiencing such a
because he missed a penalty.
Missed a penalty. It doesn't matter for me. I think that they forget so soon what the young man did for them last season. But like I said, you cannot fight the same club that you have beat and let him focus, because all these are just distraction to what he has been nominated for FIFA Best Award, has been nominated for Ballon d'Or. He should calm down, score more goals, and he's the big thing now in Africa, and he shouldn't be distracted. For me, I think that these are just part of distractions, and they should not hit to it.
Victor Osimhen should not hit to this and continue to play for his club side Napoli. This weekend he will be in action against Lecce, and we hope he will score a goal. He scored only on Wednesday, and he will continue to do his job. AC Milan will take on Lazio in the Italian Serie A, and it promises to be a very good one. For Roma, they have Fusino to contend with at the weekend. Meanwhile, we'll have to wrap it up. April, we're running out of time. We'll just have a minute or so. Bayern Munich captain Noah is back to training after 10 months.
Good one for him. I mean, he stayed so long, but I mean, within the period of his recuperation, he also clear he's one player who has won Champions League with his sides in 2013, one with 2020. So for Bayern Munich, he's synonymous with that man, and with his wealth of experience, I think that they'll gradually find their footing. They have a coach, and I expect them to really, move on very well. It's just a matter of when he will start playing. I don't think it's this weekend, but certainly now that he's back now, in the next couple of weeks now, he should take back his rightful position as the goalkeeper and the captain of the team.
And that will be for this edition of Sports Talk. We'll definitely be back at 6 p.m. Nigerian time for Sports Extra. And then we'll take a focus at all the top European leagues and their fixtures for this weekend. But for those of you who follow German football, tonight it will be Hoffenheim up against Borussia Dortmund. Take a look at that, and we'll be back, like I said, at 6 p.m. to give you a rundown of all the fixtures, especially the one coming up in the Premiership in England. Arsenal will be in action in a very crucial time as well. Until then, remember, peace and unity will definitely be pathways to progress here on the Atlantic Television Network.